Ethereum is one of the most popular ecosystems out there, but at the moment it does have its limitations. Ecosystems like Arbitrum aim to relieve those issues. They basically want to make the user interactions within crypto cheaper to use. But aside from that, it does also have some of its own unique features. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So of course, as it goes with all these ecosystem videos, the first question, what is Arbitrum? Arbitrum is a layer 2 solution designed to improve the capabilities of Ethereum smart contracts by boosting their speed and the scalability, while also adding some additional privacy features as well. It's built to address some of the issues that Ethereum experiences, such as poor efficiency and higher gas fees as well, and that really affects the user experience at the end of the day, and it can make any transactions on Ethereum quite cumbersome. So Arbitrum's there to fix that. It uses something called transaction rollups to record batches of submitted transactions on the Ethereum main chain, and it executes them on a cheaper, scalable layer 2 sidechain while leveraging Ethereum to ensure the correct results. This helps relieve some of the stress that Ethereum takes while enabling new layer 2 dApps. It uses technology called optimistic rollups. This allows Ethereum smart contracts to scale by passing messages between smart contracts on the main chain and those on the Arbitrum chain. Much of the transaction processing is completed on the second layer, and the results are recorded on the main chain. This improves the speed and efficiency. Now, Arbitrum isn't the first ecosystem out there to offer solutions to Ethereum's problems. I mean, we've spoken about many different ecosystems that kind of offer the same promises before of lower gas fees and higher scalability. So what makes Arbitrum different from the other chain? Well, Arbitrum has one of the most EVM compatible rollups. It's compatible with the EVM on the bytecode level, and any language that can compile with the EVM works out of the box. It basically means that it's easy for developers to actually develop on, as you don't need to learn any new languages if you want to try and contribute to the ecosystem. In terms of its developer tools, the team behind Arbitrum has tried to minimize barriers for entry for developing on their ecosystem. There are developer documentations that users can read to get started, and existing tools from Ethereum can be used, so there's nothing new that you need to download. In terms of Arbitrum's gas fees, it's very low thanks to its efficient rollup technology. They're basically a fraction of the cost of what you would pay on Ethereum. Another unique thing that Arbitrum has over every other ecosystem is that it doesn't have its own native utility token. So you could say it's been fairly launched. There was no early sales of a token to help raise funds, so maybe it could be a potential airdrop in the future for using the chain maybe. But yeah, I'll show you on DeFi Llama a little bit later that you can see all the other ecosystems that are close in terms of its total value locked. They all have coins. Arbitrum doesn't have its own. In terms of its ecosystem development, it's had many of the main dApps from Ethereum, such as the likes of Uniswap, SushiSwap, Aave, Curve. All of these are compatible with Arbitrum, meaning that money can easily flow between both chains. So as you can tell, it's just as developed as any other chain in terms of the dApps that you can use on there, but just with the fact that it's cheaper to use and it doesn't have its own token, which is, I think that's the biggest standout for me, that it doesn't have one. We'll go quickly into some dApps now, just a quick skim over. As I mentioned before, many of the large dApps are compatible with Arbitrum, but I've spoken about a lot of these before on previous videos, so I'm not going to go over those today. And after going over the other dApps, it's clear to see that there's a lot of development going into this ecosystem. You've got anything from NFT marketplaces to decentralized exchanges to integrations with crypto tax tools, wallets, and the list goes on, and I'll show you the list in just a second. So this is Arbitrum's portal. Basically, it shows you the whole Arbitrum ecosystem. So all the dApps and everything that are compatible with Arbitrum, you will see on here. I'll leave a link to this in the description. And here's the ecosystem. Huge. You can see just how many dApps there are. To help you search, it's all categorized at the top. So you can search between NFT marketplaces to bridges for your cryptos, your wallets, tools, crypto taxes, node providers, and dApps. So it's nicely categorized for you to go through yourself. So I've chosen a couple of these today that we'll just quickly go over. So if you're wondering how to get access to Arbitrum, then all you have to do is just connect your MetaMask wallet and then just type in the details for the Arbitrum chain, which will be found on the website. In terms of bridging your funds across from one place to another, I found something called Across, which is one of the bridges that was mentioned on the portal. Again, I'll leave a link to these in the description. All you have to do is just simply click on the Ethereum chain on the bridge tab at the top, select your asset and how much you want to move across over to what chain, approve the transaction, and it's as simple as that, and you'll have Ethereum over on Arbitrum. They do have a pool section as well, but we're not going to go too far into that. You can basically just add liquidity and take liquidity out and stuff like that. In terms of decentralized exchanges, you've got this one here called a board. If you just click on trade at the top, you can see it looks very similar, hopefully, to you traders out there. You simply search assets and you can trade between the different pairs. You've got your buy and your sell orders, and you've got your leverage positions, but you do have to connect your wallet and everything first to see that side of things. Any of your orders will appear here, your order histories, your transaction histories, any assets that you're holding at the moment, and position sizes there. In terms of comparisons to what it looks like, you could basically mention anything, you know. It could be Binance, it looks like a little bit, with the whole charting and order forms on the right hand side. Yeah, nice and simple to use. It's good that you can leverage it if you do want to go into that side of things. So I've just connected my wallet as like an example, and you can see you've got the order form and everything looks the same, but you can change the leverage position there. I'd say it's a little bit risky to use this platform if you're going for sort of the more degen side of things, because you've got the leverage available to you. So it might be worth using a different decentralized exchange, but all of these are linked on the portal. Onto NFT marketplaces now. I've decided to pick out this one just because it seems to be the most popular across all the chains. It's a multi-chain NFT marketplace called TofuNFT. Quite like the name of that. You can see that on the front page they've got like a launch pad, any hot collections at the moment, and you can discover NFTs on all these different chains. So yeah, they've got compatibility for basically every chain by the looks of it, which is nice. Everything all in one place. I quite like some of the art for these. I was looking at these earlier, just the fact that it says keep off the grass, and he's sat on the grass with a smug face. I don't know, it made me laugh. Would I pay 3 Ethereum for it? Probably not, but I'm not rich, so... So yeah, you can use this for all your NFT needs. You've got your own profile section in the top corner that you just make alongside anything else like you would on OpenSea. And in terms of its marketplace, you've got your own discovery section, NFT rankings, the homepage, which is what we're on now. If you're looking to apply for your own NFT for your own NFT collection, then you can do it all here. If you're looking for any resources based on this particular project, then you've got the resources tab, which will show everything there for you as well. Nice and simple, quick rundown. I'm not going to go through every single feature that this particularly has, but yeah, I'll leave a link to this so you can have a look. They've currently got 3 NFT marketplaces that are linked on the portal, so I just picked this one out because it looked the most appealing to me. And lastly, we'll go over the total value locked for Arbitrum. So you can see at the moment, the total value locked across all chains. Ethereum holds the most of it, and then Terra. But you've got Arbitrum in 10th. And talking about the tokens, like I mentioned before, you can see that every other chain has a token associated with it on the end. Arbitrum doesn't have one. Nia does. It's just split into 2 different ones there. I think the last one is further down, Optimism down here. So yeah, you can see that the majority of these have their own tokens. So it might be worth trying to use the chain, just add a little test amounts into the Arbitrum ecosystem with the hopes that maybe you'll get an airdrop. In terms of rumors for airdrops, I'm not quite sure. I think there was a rumor when the mainnet was first launching, but yeah, I don't know if it's been confirmed. But yeah, the total value locked to over $2 billion into the Arbitrum chain, which is really good. You can see around the time of its launch, it had a lot of volume going into it, and then it's kind of been a bit stale, a little bit flat, but it's still got a decent amount of value locked. You're not seeing any of this value being taken away from the ecosystem, so that's always good. People are happy just holding it in the same place, but there's not really been any new money coming into this ecosystem either. But I'm assuming as more development occurs on the ecosystem, you'll start to see more of an inflow of cash as well. This is why it's so good to have some of the larger projects like SushiSwap and Curve and Uniswap just having the option to use these other ecosystems, because there's so much more money that can get introduced to it. But yeah, over $640 million of the total value locked on Arbitrum's ecosystem is coming from SushiSwap, which is just an insane amount of money. So yeah, without some of these projects that have enabled these cross-chain compatibilities, you would really see some of these ecosystems struggle, I would say. I've always liked just layer 2 solutions to Ethereum like this. Arbitrum is something I've not really used too much of in the past. I'd deposit some Ethereum into there, just so I've got some in there in case I decide to sort of delve into it at some point. But I've not actually done anything with the Ethereum since I've deposited it. I didn't realize there was a whole NFT section on Arbitrum as well until doing my research for this video, so that's always nice. I'm a bit of an NFT person, I guess. An NFT bro? Maybe not that far. Maybe not that far. But I like NFTs anyway. I hope you enjoyed this video today, just talking about the ecosystem. Another ecosystem video done, out the way. If you want to see any more on the channel, then please let me know. And of course, I will do my research and I'll get that out for you. If you've got any ideas for any other videos that you want to see as well, also let me know in the comments. But to comment, you have to make sure that you like and subscribe as well. You might as well do all of them. In terms of the other social medias, they are all in the description below alongside the links and things that I've talked about today. So make sure you go and check them out. I appreciate you for sticking around to the end of the video. I love you all, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.